We're gonna avoid the clutter. Do I have any nose hairs in there? Gotta clean those off, yeah. This is the reason why I'm single. One of the many reasons. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about dating in my 20s and why I am taking a break from dating at the fine age of 29 years young. We're gonna rewind a few years and I'm aging myself. So when I was 15 years old, I had my first boyfriend. Now that wasn't anything serious. I don't even know if you would call that a boyfriend because it was sort of like a puppy love kind of thing. I had my first serious boyfriend when I was 16 years old and I dated that person off and on for a decade. And I was devastated every single time it didn't work out, and I was like, oh, I was distraught and I couldn't live without this person, and I thought that I needed them to survive, and thank God that didn't work out. You see, the thing is, when I was younger, I had this fairy tale Disney sort of BS belief in my mind that some guy was gonna swoon into my life and make all my issues go away and make life better for me, and that was not the case. Every time that a guy would come into my life, it would last between a span of 3 months and a year. Then they would, it'd be great in the beginning, and then after the first 3 months, they'd quit trying, they'd quit texting me, they'd ghost me, I'd find out that they were talking to other people, and I was completely heartbroken at this point. I came to this realization, I want to say a couple of years ago, or maybe even sooner than that. I couldn't help but feel like I kept attracting the same type of guy. Like, I would attract a guy that would try really hard in the beginning and things would be great and butterflies were everywhere and fireworks were going off, and I thought in my mind, this is the person that I'm gonna ride off into the sunset with. Little did I know I was completely wrong. Again. When I was in my early 20s and I was watching these people around me get married and have kids and constantly have to be the third or the fifth wheel all the time, I started to feel really shitty about myself. I had really low self-esteem, I lacked severe confidence, and I know a lot of that stemmed from losing my mom when I was 18. I went through a really bad depression, and that's another topic that I'll get into, another section of my gorgeous life. That ended in shambles, but watching these people ride off into the sunset and find their person and start having kids, as much as I was happy for them, I couldn't help but feel like shit about myself. I was like, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I attract the right person? Why can't I do this or that? And the thing is now that I'm 29, one thing that I obviously comes with experience, but one of the things that I really wished I would have known is that most of the people who got married in their early 20s and started a family or started the career thing and seems like they have it all, they're either divorced in a happy marriage or they are divorced and they have a broken family. So being 29 and being at the spot that I'm in, I don't really feel like crap about myself anymore for those things. I thought my first ever boyfriend was gonna be my soulmate and I had it all figured out, and I really tried hard to make that work. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you can only try so hard to make things work with somebody that doesn't reciprocate that in return. Like I said, I dated people in the beginning that would try really hard and they would go hard and they'd go all out and they'd love bomb me basically, and they'd make me feel like I was the best thing in the world, and then they would pull back their energy, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, what the hell did I do wrong? Well, little did I know I was attracting the same type of guy, and I would give so much of myself that I had nothing left, and I just got so sick of feeling this way. I got sick of investing my time into things that weren't reciprocated in return. I feel like I wasted my time, and if there's anything that I could have changed in my 20s with what I know now, I wouldn't have dated anybody. Would I take those experiences back? Absolutely not. Did they hurt me? Yes. Did I have to repair myself after them? Yes. I feel like everyone's path is specific to who they are as an individual, and not all of us have the same life. Not all of us have the same goals. Not all of us have the same type of person that we want to date. Throughout these years, and I've done a lot of work in therapy, I know the type of person that I want, and I'm okay with waiting, I'm okay with being single, and I'm okay with waiting for that person that's gonna be a fit for me. And now that I look back, I am such a completely different person than I was 9 years ago. My mindset's different, I have more confidence, I've done a lot of work on myself. Thank God none of those relationships worked out, but at the time it sucked because I kept feeling like I was doing something wrong. Am I saying that I was perfect in relationships? No, I think everybody screws up terribly in their first few. But I got to this point where I'm just like, I'm so done investing my time into people, places, and things that no longer serve me. I'm not doing that anymore. And I know that that's a very personal choice, but I think that there's this deep-rooted pressure from society that if you're not married or have kids and have the career by the age of 25, you're gonna fail. No, that's not it at all. You know, I bought my first home when I was 25 years old by myself. I saved my money. I did it all by myself. And has it maybe caused like a hyper independence within myself? Yes, but I want to get married and I want to have kids. However, I want it to be with the right person. I know that all relationships take work and they take effort. I'm just not ready for that in my life right now. My time is important to me. We only get a certain amount of time, a certain number of years to use this time that we have efficiently, and I'm so sick of giving it to people who don't give it back to me. They don't give back the same love. They don't give back the same effort. I found that I was pouring myself into people who couldn't give me what I needed back because they weren't capable of it because they didn't love themselves. You know, it's this realization that I've had over this self-love journey that I've been on for the last 3 years is I deserve better. It's not that these people are bad people. I just was asking the wrong people for things that they couldn't give me. One of the things that my dad taught me ever since I was young is that patience is everything. When I wanted to purchase something, my dad would always say, Ty, be patient. When I wanted to go to college, I waited 3 years until I went to college because I wanted to make sure that I was going to pick a career path that was something that really suited and fit me as a person individually. I was patient with the vehicles that I bought. Did I want to make impulse buys at times? Yes. However, I did my research on them. I was patient. I waited. And as much as patience can hurt you, it can save you in the long run from a lot of heartache. One example of patience is I've been looking at acoustic guitars on the internet for couple of years, and specifically this year in particular, I've been kind of searching Marketplace or Craigslist and researching what kind of guitar I wanted. I always wanted a Taylor guitar, and I ended up getting a Taylor guitar that is the 100 series. It's like a $900 guitar after taxes, but I was lucky enough to buy it for $400 cash. So that's like one example of what patience can do for you. Another thing, when I was in the house buying market, I waited for my house. There were 2 offers that I put in on other houses that got accepted, but stuff just kept going wrong. And I remember I would get so frustrated and I was so mad because it's like I worked my ass off ever since I moved back to Minnesota, and I was like, I had this mindset, okay, I'm gonna save my money, I'm gonna get my credit score up, and I'm gonna buy a house. Well, there was stuff that was falling through for the specific loans that I was approved for, and it's a good thing that it turned out that way because did I end up with a half an acre like I wanted at the other properties? No, I didn't, but I ended up with a house with brand new shingles, new siding. I mean, everything was pretty much updated. Is it perfect? No, but there's work that needs to be done in here, but that's just an example of if I would have got one of those other 2 houses, I would have really been regretting it. So my whole point to this entire video and why I'm even filming this is because if no one has told you, it is okay to take a break from dating. It is completely okay to not even want to entertain the thought, the idea. You know, a long time ago, someone told me, they're like, Ty, you have to love yourself before you can love somebody else. And I really didn't understand what that meant because I thought, like I said, I thought someone was gonna save me. Somebody was gonna make everything better in my life and just turn my life around, and we're in the driver's seat of our own life. This is our movie, this is our story, and choose wisely. One thing that I really didn't realize when I was in my early 20s is how important it is to choose the right partner for you. I've dated people that have been really boring. I've dated people that didn't like doing the same things. I know that there's gonna be hobbies and stuff that are going to be different, and that's what's going to separate the 2 of you so you could have a healthy relationship. But it was crazy to me what I was willing to settle for. Thank God none of those relationships worked out, and thank God that I learned from it, and thank God that I've done the work to really work on this kind of stuff. And you know, being 29 years old, I've had this anxiety of getting older and starting to age, and I'm like, oh my God, like in 10 years I'm gonna have gray hair, and I keep getting this fear of running out of time. And right now my focus is my career. I wanna I want to do the things I want to do. I want to travel, and I'm not ready for a relationship right now. And that's completely okay if you're on the same path too. If you're with somebody who is amazing for you and it's working out, like, I'm happy for you. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's idea of the ideal partner is different. So if you're seeing this video today, and it doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, be patient. Wait for the right person for you, and that's gonna complement your life and make, not make your life better, but enhance other areas, help you, support you, someone that's gonna cheer you on and be your best friend. It's worth the wait. I promise you that. So thank you for listening to me rant and go on about why, on this tangent of why I'm not gonna date for quite some time. If you have goals and stuff or things that you want to do before you find your ideal partner, that's completely okay. There's no rush on dating. There's no age limit. There's no time gap. You're not running out of time. It's just society that's telling you that. And to be completely truthful, I was doing some research, and believe it or not, anywhere between 40 and 50% of marriages end in divorce. So if you are never married, don't feel like crap about yourself. Just be thankful that you're not divorced. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the last relationship that I was in, I was really heartbroken when things ended and things weren't working out, and I really thought that I found the right person for me. I was like, wow, they're checking off the boxes, and obviously it was in the beginning, but I was really down about it. And I went to church one day and sat down with one of the pastors, and he looked at me and he goes, you know what, Ty? He's like, I'm not degrading your feelings. I'm not trying to make you feel less than yourself. He's like, but breaking up with someone is a lot easier than divorce, because divorce can almost kill people. So yeah, like I said, if you're single, it's okay. Take life at your own pace. There's no time limit. There's no rush. Do what you want in your life. It's your life. And if you don't ever want to date anyone ever or be with someone, that's okay too. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know if you want me to do more sit-down videos to share my thoughts, my heart, my emotions, my experiences with you, because I've been through quite a bit in my lifetime, and I enjoy sharing my experiences with other people so that they don't feel alone. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous rest of your day. Peace out! Getting blinded by my sink. Like, the light keeps bouncing off the porcelain. I'm just like, oh shit. I don't know.